Welcome to Warfare Codex. If you enjoy fascinating and unusual history, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more incredible stories. Now, let's dive into the strange and extraordinary world of history's most unique individuals. 10. The Kingdom of Hungary. During the High Middle Ages, Hungary stood as a formidable power in Central Europe. Founded by the Magyar tribes in the late 9th century, the kingdom rapidly adopted Western Christianity and feudal structures, aligning itself with the rest of medieval Europe. Its military strength came from a combination of heavily armored knights and light cavalry rooted in its nomadic past. With strategic control over the Carpathian Basin and strong fortresses along the Danube, Hungary often clashed with both the Holy Roman Empire and the Byzantine Empire. The reign of King Matthias Corvinus in the 15th century marked a peak as he established one of the most modern military forces of the era, complete with a professional standing army. 9. The Kingdom of England. England in the Middle Ages was far more than just a rainy island nation. Following the Norman conquest in 1066, it developed a centralized monarchy and one of the most sophisticated administrative systems in Europe. Its military strength was displayed in conflicts like the Hundred Years' War, where English longbowmen gained legendary status. Castles blanketed the countryside, projecting power and control. Naval strength began to grow, and England's political influence extended into Wales, Ireland, and parts of France. Despite internal strife like the Wars of the Roses, England remained a consistent force in European politics. 8. The Sultanate of Delhi rising. In the 13th century, the Delhi Sultanate established a powerful Islamic empire in the Indian subcontinent. Governed by Turkic and Afghan dynasties, the Sultanate introduced Persian culture, centralized administration, and advanced military organization. Their armies were well equipped with cavalry, war elephants, and composite bows, and the rulers effectively repelled multiple Mongol invasions. Cities like Delhi became hubs of architecture, learning, and trade. While often overlooked in Western narratives, the Delhi Sultanate was one of the few powers in the world that managed to resist and defeat Mongol forces more than once. 7. The Kingdom of France. France in the Middle Ages was a land of chivalry, crusades, and kings who wielded immense influence over Europe. Although fragmented during the early medieval period, by the 13th century, the Capetian dynasty had begun centralizing royal power. French knights were renowned throughout Christendom, and the country played a leading role in the Crusades. With fertile lands, a growing population, and strong economic foundations, France became a cultural and political powerhouse. The eventual victory in the Hundred Years' War solidified its dominance over England and other rivals. 6. The Kievan Rus. Stretching across the vast plains of Eastern Europe, the Kievan Rus' emerged as a major medieval state in the 9th century. Founded by Norse warrior merchants known as the Varangians, the state became a melting pot of Slavic, Norse, and Byzantine influences. Its wealth came from controlling major trade routes between the Baltic and Black Seas, and cities like Kiev and Novgorod flourished. The Grand Princes commanded formidable armies and cultivated close ties with the Byzantine Empire, even converting to Orthodox Christianity. Though later fragmented by internal strife and Mongol invasions, the Kievan Rus laid the cultural and political foundations for what would become Russia and Ukraine. 5. The Holy Roman Empire. A vast and complex conglomeration of kingdoms, duchies, and principalities, the Holy Roman Empire dominated Central Europe from the 10th century onward. While its power was often decentralized, the empire commanded immense resources and military strength. Emperors like Frederick Barbarossa and Otto the Great led expansive campaigns in Italy and against the Slavs. Its armies were diverse and numerous, including armored knights, mercenaries, and infantry levies. Politically, the empire held influence over the papacy, shaping the religious direction of Europe. Despite constant internal power struggles, its sheer size, wealth, and cultural significance made it one of the defining forces of the medieval world. 4. The Fatimid Caliphate. At its height in the 10th and 11th centuries, the Fatimid Caliphate stretched across North Africa, parts of the Middle East, and even Sicily. Founded by followers of the Shia Ismaili doctrine, the Fatimids established Cairo as their capital and built it into a thriving metropolis of science, trade, and architecture. Their navy controlled much of the Mediterranean, and their economy was powered by strategic trade routes connecting Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. The Fatimids championed religious tolerance, sponsoring Jewish and Christian scholars alongside Muslim ones. With a powerful bureaucracy and standing army, the Fatimid state was a beacon of culture and strength in the Islamic world. 3. The Mongol Empire. Though not traditionally seen as a country, the Mongol Empire was the largest contiguous land empire in history and a seismic force in the Middle Ages. Founded by Genghis Khan in the early 13th century, the Mongols created an unstoppable war machine built on mobility, discipline, and fear. Their horse archers could travel incredible distances and strike with devastating precision. Cities fell, kingdoms crumbled, and entire regions were transformed by their conquests. The Mongols didn't just destroy, they also facilitated trade, created the famed Pax Mongolica, and connected the East with the West. From China to Eastern Europe, their reach was unprecedented. 2. The Byzantine Empire. The eastern continuation of the Roman Empire, Byzantium, was a medieval superpower for over 1,000 years. With its capital in Constantinople, one of the largest and most fortified cities on Earth, the empire was a center of military innovation, religion, and diplomacy. Byzantine armies blended Roman tactics with Greek fire, armored cavalry, and elite infantry. Its bureaucratic system was intricate and highly developed, and the emperor wielded both secular and religious authority. The empire held off waves of invaders for centuries, influencing Eastern Europe, the Islamic world, and even Western crusaders. Despite periods of decline, its cultural and military legacy was enormous. 1. The Ottoman Empire. Rising from a small Anatolian beylik in the late 13th century, the Ottoman Empire became one of the most powerful and enduring empires of the medieval and early modern world. By the 15th century, it had already cemented its dominance with the conquest of Constantinople in 1453, a moment that marked the end of the Byzantine Empire and the rise of a new superpower. The Ottomans developed one of the most advanced and professional military systems of the time. Their elite infantry, the Janissaries, were feared across Europe and the Middle East. Combined with a disciplined cavalry, cutting-edge artillery, and strategic brilliance, the Ottoman army crushed rivals from Hungary to Persia. Their empire stretched across 3 continents, Europe, Asia, and Africa, and their navy ruled the eastern Mediterranean. The Ottomans excelled not only in warfare, but also in administration. The devshirme system, the millet system, and a complex yet effective bureaucracy kept a vast and diverse population under control. Architecturally, culturally, and politically, the empire left an enormous legacy. Cities like Istanbul, Cairo, and Baghdad flourished under their rule. The Ottoman sultans claimed the title of caliph, uniting Islamic authority with imperial power. By the end of the Middle Ages, the Ottoman Empire was not just a regional power, it was the center of gravity for the entire Islamic world and a direct threat to the Christian kingdoms of Europe. Thanks for watching Warfare Codex. If you enjoyed this journey into history's strangest figures, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more amazing stories. See you in the next one.